And as Ray mentioned, he got to the point where he believed in himself. And
well, he was a very good player, and he'd been the coach was being a bit abusive and verbally, and he was not used to that kind of behavior, and so that's why I say he developed this negative feeling. He couldn't look at the coach, and so on. And maybe the prayer, as Ray said, maybe it helped him change himself. Not didn't change the coach, and he was just circumstance. Guys got injured. He got more opportunity, and you really saw that he was a very talented player. He had the ability. So it wasn't so much anything really I did. He was telling me this after the fact. He was telling me this when he had become an elite player. Just a story, in our relationship. But it's the same. It's the same in every sport. If people feel good about themselves, if people love the challenge that the sport represents, they're going to perform better.
I've got a question to ask that's really dominant in Calgary right now. We picked up the guy that set an all-time NHL record for assists 2 years ago. He dropped 65 points last year. He hasn't even got a point in the last 9 games. And he looks like he can't even play. And I remember watching him play for Florida, and he was just wonderful to watch, creative. And so obviously I don't think he's lost all his skill. There's something going on in between the ears. And how would you go about trying to help this guy?
Well, absolutely. I've thought of it too. I reached out to some people in the organization and said I could work with him. But how you do it is just what we've been talking about. His love of the game is being challenged by, just not being able to create the opportunities he had before. Maybe, I don't know the chemistry with the line he was on when he was in with the Panthers. But I saw him score a goal, I guess it was a couple of weeks ago, and he kind of looked up to the sky afterwards, like, thank God, So it's like he's playing with a weight on his shoulders, and I'm sure he's very conscious of what he's not achieving for his $10 million 10-year contract, or with terrible contract. But
what I said to my son is, if I was with the Flames, I would put the nets up to the ringette lines, have 3-on-3 hockey, and have the guy play about 3 days in a row with other guys that are struggling, and just play and have the puck on his stick and make plays. And because I remember playing college and I played for a living 1 year, and I couldn't wait to get back home for Christmas when I could play shinny and actually carry the puck. Because, drills are generally terrible for you get the puck in a breakout play, you pass and you follow the play, and, then you wait in line, and it's practices, especially drill practices, are the worst thing in the world for anybody that wants to be creative or anything. So that's what my solution would be, but it's not a mental thing.
Well, I think there's 2 or 3 things. I think that's a really good suggestion. And I think along with creating some situations where he could play and have some success and enjoyment, along with that, there's the internal work of getting him, what Wally was saying before, getting him to doing some real tension release stuff, some breathing stuff where he's working on creating a better feeling within. So, and it's having him do Ray was talking about doing the visualization. It's becoming the cheetah, the tiger, the panther. It's all of these elements going together. The guy needs some work because he's struggling right now. Now, he may work his way out of it. He may score a couple of goals and start feeling better. He may. But I think there's some things you can do. And if you can create some drills. I remember I worked years and years ago with St. Louis briefly. Keenan was the coach. Mike could be hard on guys, but we had a veteran team. We had, that's when Gretzky was there. We had, Howard Chuck. We had, oh my God, they had a whole bunch of really good players, I think. And one, Mike thought the guys were a little tired. And so one day in practice, he said, okay, today, put everybody on the ice, 2 teams, and you had to be on your wrong side. If you were a right-handed shot, you had to be handling the puck left-handed. And he had 2 or 3 pucks on the ice at the same time. And they had this crazy game that these guys were playing, and they were laughing and having fun. And it was just a shift, just to get guys to have some fun. And there are different ways to do that. So, I mean, looking at what could we do to get him back into a groove where he's, enjoying handling the puck and moving pucks around. I think that's using some good coaching insight and also some internal stuff to get him back to having a good feeling and having positive thoughts about himself. Maybe have him watch some video of highlights from when he was playing really well. That's who you are, and showing him that. I had one guy when I used to work with the Los Angeles Rams, and we had one of the linebackers came to see me, and he was a lion, pick an animal, he was a lion, and he made a video of lions hunting and him playing, and lions hunting and him playing, and just these tricks to just create a different feeling. But work should be done. I mean, there should be a real investment in transforming this guy who is obviously a talent. You don't lose that much in that short a